Hi, this is Steve. Welcome back to my channel, Scale Model Kit Review. I am back with another installment of the FanHome Build the Enterprise D from Star Trek The Next Generation. Pack 2 is where it's at. We get to start on building some of the panels and working on more of the bridge. But I'm having a blast doing this. This kit is more like building a model kit with all the pieces and parts. There's a lot of attention to detail here going in with building this kit, and I had no idea just how involved this is, but it's a lot of fun and I'm really enjoying it. If you haven't done so already, head over to FanHome and subscribe to this. You can start all the way from pack 1 and tell them I sent you. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. And welcome back to Build the Enterprise D by FanHome. This is from Star Trek The Next Generation. This is pack number 2. In pack number 2 I received the magazine for building all the stages, stages 3 through 6. Also received the flyer which introduces our model. Let's look at that here just real quick. And as I explained in pack 1, my previous video, it's easy to build and you can see everything that's involved here. Illuminated windows, light up engines, illuminated deflector, display mount, warp nacelles, metal hull, RCS thrusters, and it's pre-painted. Over 2 feet long. And just as the studio model from The Next Generation, that's what this is based off of. Matching colors from that. The saucer separation, that's fantastic there too. And the working lights, most importantly, there. Also in the instructions you get detailed instructions, behind the scenes, episode guides, and so forth. So there you go. That's the flyer for that. And I also received the binder to keep all the magazines in, because there's wonderful articles found within that magazine. Let's go ahead and look at the stages here just real quick. And stage 3 parts, stage 4 parts, stage 5 parts, and stage 6 parts. Let's get started on stage 3. And before I begin stage 3, let's flip through the magazine just to show you everything inside here. Like I was saying, all the stages are presented in the beginning, and we'll go through these instructions as we go through the video. A lot there. Now this is what's fantastic about the magazine, is the articles here. Separation anxiety. Wonderful there. Again, great drawings and such. This is a must-have if you're a Star Trek fan, to be able to read all these articles in the background about the movie and the TV series. Hands-on decks. Battle station. Shipbuilding. Wonderful pictures here. Wow. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on stage 3. Let's look at stage 3, and we'll start assembling the deflector dish. You can see those parts there. Everything listed, and you can see here we will be working on the deflector dish. First we'll work on the battery compartment for that. We'll need 3 AAA batteries. And they do tell us about the screws. If they end in an M, they go into metal, and if they end with a P, they go into the plastic self-tapping screw type. Moving on here with the lights, screwing those in place. Testing it out with the battery and the little circuit board that came with this issue. And checking out the bridge. Here's the parts for stage 3. Let's open this up and have a look. And I'm not going to take these out, but you can see here's a circuit board we'll receive to help check out the operation of the lights, and part of the deflector dish. Once again, more parts for that. Battery compartment here. Let's get started. Grab the battery compartment. The first thing we'll do is we'll put a nut into this area here. And we're going to trap it with this cover. 2 BP screws go into this. That looks good there. You can just see the nut in there, I'm pretty sure. 3 of them. And just like that. Next we'll put our cover on, and you can see the spring goes on the one side there. We'll slide it in the notches here. We'll put our large screw into it to hold it in. There you go. Battery box completed. Put these 2 parts together here. We'll put a BP screw into that. That's good there. Next we'll work on the deflector dish, and that's this right here. We'll go ahead and insert this part of the deflector dish in the middle there. We're going to put 2 CP screws in the back. That's good there. That's how that looks. Then we'll turn this over, and we're going to take that last part that we assembled earlier, and we're going to put that just like that, and 2 BP screws go into that. And that looks good there. Bring over our wires. We're going to go ahead and separate these. And they're going to get mounted on the back of the deflector dish. Green on the right side and the red-black on the left. And they're going to go down on here. Put the cover on. And a BP screw goes into that. BP screw goes into that. And that looks good there. Next we'll plug in the deflector dish into the circuit board, and it only plugs in one way. Make sure that you line up the pins correctly, and that's wire D, and then we'll plug in wire F over here on the side. And there they go. And that works there. Bring over the bridge deck. And we're going to plug in A and B. And the circuit board is marked with a B and an A. So the B goes here. Once again, checking the pins, make sure they're all good. And A. And we should be able to plug in C. There we go. And that looks great. Very nice. And that's all I do with stage 3. Let's head over and get started on stage 4. Let's get started on stage 4. Stage 4, we start working on some of the deck panels. And you can see these are the parts that are included. And these are the first of the deck panels that we're going to start assembling, right there highlighted in yellow. A lot involved here, pushing in some of the escape pod covers, the windows, and putting in the lights, putting on the back cover for that. Tells us here to keep our spares, as in screws and such, spare windows. Again, another deck panel, windows, back cover, screw that down, and continue on with the deck panels, escape pods and such. I'm going to screw all that together, and we will do a lighting test. And here's the parts contained within this blister pack. Let me open this up and we'll get a closer look. And I'm going to leave these in the blister pack, but this is what they look like up close. And for the life rafts, we received 3 of those trees, and for the windows, 4 each of these trees here. And you can see BP screws inside and DM screws and all your LED lights. But that's what everything looks like. We'll get a closer look at those deck panels as we assemble them. Very nice there. Let's get started. Here's all the windows and the life raft doors. I'll give you a close-up of those doors, and that's what they look like there. And we will be utilizing these. Of course, we need to cut these off with a very nice sprue cutter. And the deck panel itself, that's what this looks like. And let's go ahead and insert them from the back side here. I'll be right back. I'm going to run a fine bead of tulip glue to hold the parts in, and this should help with the light blocking. Okay, all the black windows are put in, and I secured those with some of that tulip paint. Now start inserting the clear ones. All the clear ones are in. Now I need to get the backing plate with lights prepared. Take our panel, U309A left. We're going to turn that over. We're going to put in the LED lights marked with a B and separate them a little bit here. And yellow and black to the right, and blue and red on the other side. Now this panel is going to go right down on top of our lighting panel. And just going to insert just like that. BP screws go into this. First one. And the last one. That's what that panel looks like right there. And if any of that tulip glue came through the other side, you can just take a toothpick and you can scrape it off. Just like that. That's how they all look there. And with the next panel, we got to do the same technique, but that's what the panel looks like. Very nice. I'll be right back when that's completed. So you can clean off the tulip slick with a toothpick if any overflows, but it's a great light blocker. Perfect. And that's what the next deck panel looks like with all the windows installed and the life raft doors. And you can see the back side there. The next two items are made out of metal, and we have a panel here. Very nice. And a transporter emitter. This actually has some tape on the back. And it's gonna go down on the panel. There we go. And once again, we're going to put in some of the pod covers and turn this over. And this time the covers are going to be with the red dot towards this side, this end. Same thing, I'm going to use some tulip to secure them down and light block. And that's what that looks like there. I'm going to install the next deck panel, and that's going to cover up the escape pod doors. And this is the next deck panel here with the light on top here. I'll flip that over, and that's going to go just like that on top of that panel. DM screws go into this. These DM screws have a flange, and they went right in, didn't have to lubricate them at all. They were going into the metal. That's what that looks like there. Turn it over, and that's what that looks like there. Okay, bring over this panel. Went ahead and straightened it out just a little bit better there. Gonna to do our light test, I'm going to bring over this panel here and lay it flat, and we're going to put that panel plug it in right here, and the next one get plugged in on the other end. They look good. And the other panel is going to go right over here. That looks great there, and that looks great there. And that's all I do on stage 4. Let's head over and do stage 5. Let's get started on stage 5. Stage 5, I start working on the deck front left and right bases, the main shuttle bay door. And this is the area that we'll be working on. We'll be putting a shuttle bay door on the back there. And then the deck front base, left and right. And there's the left and right. Here's the parts for stage 5. Let's get a closer look. And here's a close-up of those panels. And you can see here they are pre-painted. They look fantastic. I love the subtle paint job on these. Very good. Shuttle bay door. And EM and BM screws. Bring over the upper deck. Turn it over. I'm going to put the shuttle bay on the back side here. Just like that. 2 BM screws go into this, and you want to lubricate them. That's how that looks there. Shuttle bay door, very cool. Okay, I'm going to take the panel here, and it's going to go down on top just like that. Flip this over, taking care that our wire on the right side does not go under. It's going to go over the top just like that. We're going to wrap that around that like that. 4 EM screws go into this, and the last one. Just make sure they're all tight. I did have to lubricate them. That's how that looks there. Next panel goes on, and it's going to go down just like that. And this time 2 BM screws go into this. That's good there. That's how that looks there. I'll do the other side. I'll be right back. And that's what it looks like screwed down there. Turn it over, and both sides are done. Looks fantastic. That's all I do with stage 5. Let's head over and do stage 6. Let's look at the final stage for pack 2, and that's stage 6. For stage 6, I start assembling the first skeleton upper piece, and that's the location there, section 4. I put that part on there, screw it in, put another part on, and screw it in. Let me get the parts. I'll be right back. Here's the parts for stage 6. Let's get a closer look. Here's a close-up of those parts. This is section 4, the upper part, and it is made of metal. Very cool. And then the other 2 parts here are also made of metal. Both of them. The first support is going to go on just like that on the skeleton, and we're going to need to lubricate this and put some screws on the back side. They are the BM screws. Put our first one in. That's what that looks like there. Looks great. Put the next one in. This is the longer one, and it's going to go in front of it, just like that. Going to need to lubricate the holes from that also. Turn that over. BM screw goes into it again. And that's secure. That's what that looks like. Both sides. Looks great. That completes stage 6. I'll be right back. And that completes pack 2. Got a lot accomplished in the first 2 packs, and I must say this is a fantastic kit. I'm really enjoying this build. There's a lot of attention to detail here. There's a lot of things you should do to make everything fit correctly, and that will make a difference in the long run, I would say, with this kit. But we've got a long ways to go, and I am truly enjoying this. It's fantastic, and I really like it. So if you haven't done so already, head over to FanHome and subscribe to this. You can start all the way from pack 1, and don't pass this up. It's a big ship, over 2 feet long, fully lighted, and lots of extra features and things like that. So I would highly recommend it to everybody on my channel. So if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for all video upload notifications, and smash that like button. Happy modeling, everybody, and take care.